Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Shards of Nyrn, Season 4. We did it. 4 seasons in. Thank you so much for being here with us on this momentous occasion. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say. So, hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to Season 4 of the Shards of Nyrn. Woo! I am your Dungeon Master, Kelly. I have been for 4 seasons now, which feels weird. This is our 81st episode, I believe.
Something like that.
Something like that. I'm really happy to be here. So, a little bit about me. I use he and him pronouns. I am an Aquarius. I don't particularly like long walks on the beach, but I do like the Pacific Northwest forests. I don't know if that matters, but if we ever go on a date, that and like He-Man cartoons from the 80s, we got a lot to talk about. Anyway, really excited to be here. I will summarize a lot of what has been going on in just a minute. But before then, I'm gonna pass it over just to my 91st episode. Thank you very much, Trizelta. Our wiki god is correcting me in the chat right now. I'm gonna pass it over to Christine, I think.
Alrighty. Hello, I am Christine. I use she, her pronouns, and currently I am attempting to write out my new feat because we leveled.
You did.
So that I have it easily accessible.
So you are
pretty badass. I'm looking forward to it.
Just so that people are aware, you're taking a feat from the book Grim Hollow, which is something I kickstarted a while ago.
Throne Weapon Master, and if any of you have been keeping up with this game, you know that Malia throws a big ass hammer all the time.
It's a hammer made of butts.
This is gonna be great. But yes, I'm Christine. I play Malia Sunsworn, the Dwarven Tempest Cleric of Vela. Otherwise, you guys have not necessarily seen me very much recently because I have not been able to stream because I have been broken. I am still broken, just not as broken. So that's good. But it still means that I have to get up almost every 20 minutes and shift a little bit because I'm not allowed to sit more than 20 minutes at a time right now. According to my Cairo.
I did.
It's true.
Apparently, last time I was at the Cairo and he had to adjust my one leg was 1 inch longer than the other.
This is just reminding me of the episode of Friends where how can she run away from you with one leg shorter than the other?
So
it was good.
I'm going to be trying to keep an eye on the time, and basically I'm just going to, that's why I'm wearing Bluetooth headphones tonight, so I can still hear and interact. I'm just going to pop up to the side so I can stretch a little bit out of camera.
Nice.
So that's why I'll be leaving view all the time.
All right, well, let's pass it over to Amy.
Okay, so first off, Christine, why did you do what I did?
Somebody had
Don't
to.
do that.
Well, see, I did say that the very first time when it happened that I pulled the ghoul.
You did, yes.
I did.
Okay.
I didn't intend to do it, and I also don't know how I did it.
That's how it goes. Yeah, you just wake up or something goes pop, and you're like, huh, okay.
And I was like,
I can't function anymore.
Oh, trying to move or bend at all is agonizing.
Yep. Anyway.
Weird.
Yeah. So I am Amy. I use she, her, and they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Tia Armstrong, our half-orc druid, which I had to remember as I was saying those words what I was playing because it's been so long.
It has been like 2 months.
It's been so long.
Let's pass it over to someone who has been here from the beginning. Down at the bottom there, hello, Winter.
Hi.
You doing okay?
Tired. I'm so tired.
I know, you had a 12-hour workday. You're a champ for being here, and then you fought your webcam into submission.
Just bashed it in, you know?
Well, don't do
Bashed
that.
Tell us who's boss. So, hi, I'm Winter. I play Mars, the Tiefling Rogue Warlock. And I'm excited to be back after...
Like 2 months? It's only been 2 months.
Yeah, but it was a long summer. It was really long.
You know what else is really long? Mike's longboard.
Oh, woof.
It is very long.
You were wondering where I was going with that, weren't you?
I mean, I knew. You know what? I'm not even going to answer that. Thank you, Twitch Terms of Service. Anyways, my name is Mike. I use they, them pronouns. And tonight I am playing Xeno Rightwing. He is our half-elf ranger in the group. I have spent my summer flying.
Way too high.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, folks. So, for those of you who have not watched the show before or tuning in from our other streams, thank you very much. I do want to welcome you to our 91st episode of this. This is the game that started the channel, basically, and has been with us for a very long time. And normally, what we do is we have a little recap video that happens before the episode where someone with a very silly voice that is definitely not me does a recap. But my God, that thing is really impossible to write and fit in under 5 minutes when you have 4 seasons and 91 episodes. So I'm going to do my best right now to fill you in and to give myself another week to finish that, because I've gone through many drafts. Tia's heritage alone takes almost 30 seconds of that 5 minutes. So, congratulations for your slutty ancestors. I was waiting for a reaction, but I didn't get one, so...
I was looking at the chat, and then I tuned in right as you said that part, so I'm like, what did I miss before that sentence?
A lot of stuff your parents and grandparents did. At least Tia's did.
I
yeah,
just finished
okay.
reading the end of the first paragraph of this feat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, it's gross. It's absolutely gross. And I, like... Now
Dex
you're
or strength mod per short rest.
Yep. Now you and Zeno are both heavy hitters, because Zeno has the feats that allow him to min max, and now you've got the one that just turns you into a Gatling gun of hammers. It's just you turn on the auto throw macro. Just like, all right, so
Terrifying. And I just want to clarify, did you say it was Roll20 that will have music on
Roll20
it tonight?
should have some music in the background coming in just a sec. Oh, I see you that you are there now, so I don't have it quite up yet, but watch
okay.
this.
I just want to make sure if it was not connected or not.
Yeah, no, don't worry. Your computer's not glitching out again. Although it
Too
might
soon.
be soon. Hold on. All right. So, folks, welcome to the Shards of Nyrn. Let's go ahead and let me fill you in on what has been going on. A long time ago, there in the village of Moog, there once was a girl named Marisol, a normal girl, the daughter of a family of jewelers. One day, a party known as Wanderlust came to town and hired this normal girl to be a guide into the old caves, the ones that no one should ever go into, but all of the children dared each other to see how far they could enter with their lives. She took them there into the caves, where they found a statue, tall and proud, of a 3-eyed goddess. One of the eyes, the one in her forehead, glittered with an exorbitant, luxurious purple gem. On a dare, Marisol plucked the gem. But when she did, the earth shook, the gem cracked, and light flooded the cave. She awoke several hours later to find that her body had been transmogrified. No longer a human, she was now a tiefling, one of Nyrn, the dark goddess that the statue had been carved of, carved to resemble, one of her chosen. Thrown out of her village, she set out on a quest to find a way to return herself to a human form, and to collect the pieces of the crystal that had shattered when she plucked it. This gem, which she would discover was called the Eye of Nyrn, was one of 3 gems containing the Dark Goddess's power, as it had for nearly 500 years. On the road, she met with Malia Sunsworn, a dwarven tempest cleric of the goddess Vela, Nyrn's twin sister, the yin to her yang. This holy quest was joined. Soon after, Tia Armstrong, a quarter-elf, quarter-orc, half-ish human person of green heritage. We'll just call you Green, that's honestly, because it's not easy. A former soldier who had given up that life to become a druid met up with them and joined their quest as well. Something turned into bears a lot. Shortly after, they also encountered a friend, an elf, who joined their party as a monk, who stayed for a while. And then later, half-elf named Xenoprifer or Zoffrian? It's been so long.
I know, right? He never pulls out his full
Xeno
name.
Rightwing, the heir to Avakara's throne, or at least one of the heirs to Avakara's throne, a rich bitch from the seaside city of Avakara to the south, joined them, for he was on a quest to slay a dragon to restore his honor after giving away his family heirloom to a booty call.
Yes.
The adventurers traveled around, and after a short while discovered a fifth party member, encased in a block of amber in a temple forgotten to time, was a small, dragon in the shape of a young girl named Faramina. Farah. Farah joined their party, and after a while they discovered what she really was, and that was a big hubbubaloo. The characters traveled forth. The party went on a number of adventures. They entered a singing contest, or at least won a battle of the bands, as it were. They fought various creatures that had been mutated by the Shards of Nyrn. A giant snowman, for example. They rescued a white dragon wormling from a circus. They eventually made it to the town of Dog Run Bridge, which connected their small island to the mainland. And there, got into a ton of adventures, rescued a group of endangered human dogmen known as the Kaneen, and then fought off an army of invading gnolls, numbering in the high hundreds. For their efforts and heroism, they were granted and gifted by the city a title and membership in the Adventurers Guild. After looking through the list, they decided to choose the name Nothing Ventured, which had belonged to a group of heroes some hundreds of years before. The heroes had stopped paying their membership dues, and after a while, it reverts to the guild, because you should always update your autopay. However, fate has tied itself to these heroes. For that adventure group that came before them, the original Nothing Ventured were the ones who sealed Nyrn away in the first place. Eventually, they reached the Tower of Edagon the Wise, a former member of that very same party, and the one responsible for building the gems. He informed them that the other gems were located in the distant desert land of Apesh, and the other was missing, taken away by one of the party and hidden, so that none would be able to find it. The characters were able to go and rescue the one from Apesh, returning with it, and in the process, absorbing a lot of weird god energy, changing the continent forever by turning it into an archipelago. I always think that's a pelican, though, so I'm not going to name it. Archipelago. Turning it into an archipelago and going and... oh, God, they did so much stuff, guys. It's hard to summarize that season. There was a huge dungeon crawl, and a bunch of stuff happened. Later on, I mean, guys, they have gone through so much stuff. This is really difficult. I used to do this before every episode in season 2, and now that we're twice as far in, this feels nightmarish. This is hard mode, guys. Season 3, most of Season 3 consisted of them traveling around trying to get some vacation, learning other things about the dragons that once dwelt in this land, for the gods that exist on Ylos, the world of this game, originally came from elsewhere, and replaced a dead pantheon. What killed them? Well, the dragons did. And their own internal betrayals. Throughout last season, the characters traveled, assembling the last few shards of Nyrn that they need. I believe there's only one missing now. They traveled to a floating city that was actually part of an ancient spacecraft that brought humans to this world, when their own world was destroyed by a demonic phage. They learned that the dragons had been cursed after the war, so that no dragon may ever die, even in death. Their consciousness remains, their soul trapped with their body for all time, to rot and suffer and go mad. And throughout this, the characters continued hearing stories of how their homeland of Thestoral was being conquered by a threat from the family at Drakehall. On one part of this mission, the characters went to the elven capital city to look for the final Eye of Nyrn. They were able to reach a prophetic stone, an elven artifact of power that would be able to answer any question asked to it. However, before they could reach it, a prisoner was brought before a council. This prisoner was a ruse, a great red worm in human skin. For just as Farah had been bound in amber beneath the earth in her family's temple, so had Garleon the Red. The Elven Tower fell, and the characters learned that the last one was inside of the Carrion Queen's clutches, the Raven Goddess of the Shadowfell. Throughout the rest of the season, the characters encountered Garleon a few times, and when it was all said and done, after the adventure beneath the earth at the floating continent of Valimar, the characters reconvened, and Farah announced that she would be departing to go seek further knowledge and companionship with one of her own. It didn't go well, and after quite a breakup, the party disbanded. Farah going one way, the rest of the party and their mechanic and heavy fighter, Cadamus Warforge, headed off to go look for the last Shard of Nyrn. However, as you were headed off, you received a message from a man named Viceland, who had also been one of two, I guess three, later Moraine still alive, one of the only surviving members of Nothing Ventured, the original, who said that he was in trouble in the desert land of Kanasa at the Ivory City, and requested that you come quickly. And that is where our story is beginning this season. That is a lot to cover. Does anybody have any questions before we begin? 'Cause
how do you spell Viceland?
Vyslan.
Nice. Vyslan.
And he
What
kind
is the
of...
exact moment that we're picking up from, since it's been a hot second here?
It's gonna be a couple hours after that message.
Okay.
So you guys have some time. All right. Any other questions about the sequence of events? It has been a couple months, so I want to make sure that everybody is up to it. Chat, this is your time to ask questions as well. If you're watching on YouTube later, I apologize for that long and stilted intro. It's been a hell of a day. Whew.
I don't know. I mean, at least
Can I
two people
repeat
have
that?
asked to hear it again.
What's that?
I don't know. At least two people have asked to hear it again.
You want to hear it again?
Oh,
In the
Chad.
distant land. I'll do the voice next time. It'll be easier.
Yeah,
You try to
oh my
compre-
god. Oh my god. One day you should do like an intro in as Edagon.
Hey, yo, it's Edagon the Wise here. Let me tell you, these guys were doing a thing. And, real quick, I do want to say that I am deeply in friend love with our artist. So real quick, we've got Sexy Garleon and some Farah.
Not Garleon.
So Liz, my good friend Liz, did the art for Farah, and our another artist friend did the art for Garleon. But real quick, I gotta show you guys something, because I don't think the chat has seen this. So one moment, let me just
I
copy
remember
this.
if you showed it off already.
I don't know if you said at the end of last. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't.
You
think-
showed it off to other games, I thought.
I probably showed it off to other games, but I'm going to show it off here because I think it deserves it. Okay, let me just find where I hit it. Okay, boop. Oh, do I have a transparent version of this? I don't think I do. Damn.
Also, we need to show off the art of Cadmus more frequently.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah.
Wait, where'd it go? Oh, that was here. Hold on. This is important. This is important. There we go. There, we've got Ylos did some art of Edagon because I dared her to draw Danny DeVito. And you know what? You know what? She did. She did.
Yeah, that looks how I expected Edagon to look.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Hey, I've just been out in my garage. Hey, guys, how's it going? I've just been inventing pudding that's inside of Stu's brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Almost forgotten
Okay.
about that.
You can't forget about Stu's brain. All right. All right. So, and I'm just going to check one thing real quick, then we're going to hop into game. So, cool. Christine, thanks for letting me know that. So real quick, folks, if you're watching on Twitch Live, do me a favor and keep me informed and keep the mods informed if you see any particularly bot-ish looking names. Follow us, because we are a very supportive channel and like to use the LGBTQ plus tag, because at the very least, usually about 40 to 60% of our games are members of the LGBTQ community. We've been targeted for hate raids during our charity stream, and we keep getting some known hate bots show up. So yeah, Body McBotterson. No, Body McBotterson's a good guy. But yeah, so basically just...
I mean, there's a few that we've had the whole time, stuff like Commander Root and another TV viewer, but they're basically harmless as far as I can tell.
Yeah, they're benign
Yeah.
viruses. I don't know what they do. I don't know
Yeah, I
anything.
don't know either, but they've basically been on every single stream of like everything I've ever looked at.
I wonder what the deal is. Okay.
I don't know.
All right, so I'm gonna stop stalling because I've got season nerves.
Maybe you should season those nerves.
What?
Shards of nerves? I don't know.
Oh
Troll-
no, that sounds awful. That sounds like a horrible, like, condition. Like, sharp stabbing nerve pain.
Oh, shards of nerves?
Yeah.
The shards of nerves.
Sounds
No.
so bad. That's like some.
That's why'd you have to think about it like that? All right. All right, so without further ado, welcome to Season 4. The sky is painted with all of the colors of fall. The airship, the Grand Duchess, heads due east. Soon you'll be seeing the crest of Kaymor. The lion's head or dragon's head, or, well, so many people have different names for it. But the mouth of Kaymor will be here soon. The furthest reaches of the continent of Telusia, your homeland. As you make your way further and further from where Valimar overlooked the Dragonian archipelago, your hearts are still heavy. It's been almost a day. Sunset has turned the sea beneath you into gold and fire. And I'd like to know who is on the bow of the ship right now. Who's on deck? Anyone? Or is it just Cadamus up there?
You were saying that it's been a couple hours since we left?
It's been, so let's see, it was midday when you left. I think it was around noon when you left. So it is the following day. So it's been a full 24 hours. It's about 5 o'clock in the, about 7 o'clock in the evening right now with time changes, because you have gone a third of the way around the world.
Fair enough. Zeno is probably up at the bow.
I was gonna say if it's like sunset sort of period or anything like that, then yeah, I think Malleol will be outside if it's nice.
Mm-hmm. Cadamus Warforged is out there as well. guiding the ship, hanging out next to what... It's not really a wheel, but kind of a wheel. The guidance mechanism at the front of the boat, which is kind of... Well, the Duchess's crystal orb is humming to itself. Just lightly, beyond the edge of your perception if you're more than about 10 feet away. As he scrubs the mechanism with a small toothbrush. He's grimy. His beard is definitely patched with oil at this point. And he's kind of muttering under his breath to himself. But what are you two doing? The mouth of Kaymor slowly fades into focus. In the far east.
I think
Xenos?
doing...
Sorry,
just-
go ahead.
Okay, doing whatever Malia needs to set up her spells for a new set. So I guess a meditation sort of
Okay.
activity.
So praying to the sun as it sets in the west.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Zeno is just kind of watching the world go by before he goes down and makes some food, I guess. He hasn't really been that talkative over the past day.
There's the sound of lumbering footsteps coming up to you where you're standing on near the front of the Duchess. Rag. Zeno. Cadmus says,
What?
Rag. And he'll hand you a rag. This isn't
Rag?
Aye, it's not a pleasure cruise. If you've got time to lean, you've got time to clean. Look at this. This could be spit polished. Don't you want her to be a pretty girl? The ship will hum, not a girl. Fine, a pretty boat, not a boat. You get what I'm putting down. Go on.
I'm gonna hand him back the bag and walk past.
Oh, you spoiled bitch. A little bit of elbow grease would do you good.
I'm gonna go eat.
Mm-hmm. Probably just enough for yourself.
Do you want anything? Coffee?
No, I'm gonna be too busy out here. People go.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll hawk a loogie over the edge of the world. You'll hear as a seagull gets an unpleasant surprise. How do you like it?
Well, if you need anything, I'll be downstairs.
As you shut the door behind you, Malia, you'll feel kind of a presence approach you, and you'll definitely hear it muttering, "Can you believe him? Like, I know, I get it, but it's not going to do any good." You're in the middle of prayer, and he doesn't seem to care. He leans against the side of the ship, kind of just muttering at you while you're in the middle of your prayers.
And Malia probably does that also while like polishing the thrower and making sure it's clean and tidy and no nicks. And...
Yeah. I mean, it's everybody's lost somebody, you know, and not everybody has lost somebody who's still breathing, you know. I guess I just think there's always room to I don't know, keep possibilities open. And... it's just stupid. Also, I'll be damned if I'm going to make something he cooks. Swear to God. Swear to all of the gods, actually. Mars is a better cook than he is. You'd think that all of that fancy breeding, he'd know how to use a spice.
All that fancy breeding means that he never had to.
But you'd think he'd have a good palate or something. I guess, you're probably right. He's never had to take a hunk of meat that was a bit off and try to make it palatable. I swear, we never would have had rosemary without that. If someone hadn't let a bit of beef go off, nobody would have been, oh yeah, let's go pick some bits of that tree off and put it on top. It's the talk of a madman.
I mean,
And what's the deal with cilantro?
who figured out the first time to eat eggs?
Oh, that's easy. Anything that comes out of a chicken's arse.
Yeah, but you look at them, they're all goopy and gross.
You know, it was probably a weasel. We probably just watched a weasel do it and went, if it's good enough for the weasel, it's good enough for me. Are you all done with your prayers?
Yeah, I think so. Do you need a hand?
Not really. This place is already pretty clean. I just wanted to give him something to take his mind off of it. I always figure... I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, if you weren't doing something, you were getting into mischief. At least I was. So...
You probably shocked him so much, though, with the suggestion of cleaning. Should have just passed him a bow and told him to make arrows for it.
To make arrows. He doesn't even have to make arrows anymore. He's got that stupid, like, energy bow.
Yeah, but somebody else might need them.
Who, like Mars?
He at least knows how to do that.
Mars has got the pew-pews now.
Yeah, that's true.
You've got pew-pews too.
If you by that you mean spells, yes.
I've
I've had them for quite a while.
Am I the only one without pew-pews?
I mean, you've got an axe that's like yell shit.
Well, aye. Of course it does. What would be the first thing you'd have it? I mean, do you want me to fix yours up? I could add some modules in there that would maybe play your theme song as you threw it. Do you have a theme song? We need to get a bard.
No, really not. No. I feel like Tia would probably be angry with me if I really like. It's already bad enough that I wear half plate when she's trying to be sneaky.
Aye, probably.
Oh, though I figured out a new trick recently. Watch this, and she'll try and do the thrower thing where she like throws it like 4 times in very quick succession, or 3 times.
How the hell did you do that?
Neat, huh?
What is that? It's all in the wrist, isn't it?
A little, yeah.
And you say you don't got pew-pews? You've got pew-pews with a damn hammer.
I mean, maybe, but it's more like a bonk.
Oh. Well, fair enough.
Well, I mean, it's a bloody hammer.
Ooh, I should probably stop saying that. That's bound to, like, set off some bells or something. Oh no, you didn't catch it. Alright, sorry. How are you doing?
Gonna look at him very suspiciously.
What? What? Hey. You should probably go stop him before he cooks. Meanwhile, inside...
Though, that might be the distraction he needs.
Aye, but I'm not cleaning...
I'll just warn the others not to eat what he cooks.
I'm not cleaning it up afterwards.
Well, we could have Mars practice shooting him if he doesn't clean up his own mess.
I always thought that we'd be doing that anyway.
I don't know that she's actually thought of it yet.
Well, we'll see. Meanwhile, inside of the actual cabin, what is Tia doing right now? Or what is Mars doing right now? Where would you be finding yourselves? It's been a day into your 2-day trek across the continents toward the lands of Kanasa.
I go through what was Farah's room.
Okay. I have something for this. One moment.
Because you knew this would come up at some point that I'd do some sneaky.
Sure.
Sneak.
Make me an investigation roll.
Yeah. 19.
19. You spend a bit of time looking around, and most of the room is honestly kind of what you'd expect. Sketches on the wall, doodles, knickknacks, souvenirs from various trips. A hunk of the mechanical spider you destroyed together in Ballyhut. A vial of banana-flavored ooze from Edagon's tower. A journal with various notes and doodles and sketches and just general commentary on, does the ooze go bad? Does the ooze go good? How does this work?
I'll keep it anyways. I'll keep the journal.
But as you search around, you will find that there is a little nook, a hidden spot underneath the bed. A place
Was it one
where
of those, like, where you had, like, pull up a board or something?
it's actually, you'll push down on it and find that the board splits and actually appears to have some type of, almost like a smuggler's lever, as it pivots underneath. And there is a piece of paper inside. Mars.
I check for traps. No, just kidding. Because we had that conversation recently.
We did.
Yeah, no. Okay. Piece of paper. I'll pull it
Dear
out.
Mars,
Shit.
I found this cool hiding spot. And if you're finding this means that either you're going through my stuff, in which case I'll kill you, because you've already set off the booby traps that I've left here.
I had a good life.
Or I'm dead already.
Neither.
I'm going to assume that I'm dead, because that's a little easier. Feel free to take anything you want. If you can do me a favor, though, undead me. Please? I'd do it for you. Smiley face.
Well, you're not dead, but you're not here.
P.S. I left you something at the bottom. Feeling around, you'll pull out a vial of yellow ooze.
The same as like the other one?
Yep. Although this one looks like it has something that kind of resembles a gummy bear floating in it. It has a little tag on it that says potion of the ooze bear.
Thanks, Farah. Thanks. I'll eat it later.
Okay, sounds good. Looking through, it doesn't seem like she probably had a lot of her things on her. Although you will find in the room there are a couple of corners where there are various hats and outfits that have been hung up. Her cowgirl outfit is over on the wall with her boots from where she switched back into her blue dress, and a few hats adorn the walls on pegs. They fit your head, actually, even though I think your horns are in different places.
Yeah. I'll keep them for her. Keep them safe.
Okay. And while you're looking around here, Tia, where are you?
Tia is in the, I guess, the kitchen area, the galley, whatever. Making sure she's feeding her rats and then just like having some quiet time to herself was the plan.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, Mars, back in the other room, speaking of quiet time, there is a quite a large selection of books that are stacked in the corner, of which are those romance novels that she picked up.
Yoink.
Yoink. What was it? I have them written down. One sec. Ugh.
Yeah. And that was one of the things I was going to say too, is like if she left any books on like magic use and whatnot, Mars would be attempting to read through it. A lot of it is just like jargon that she's not really used to.
Yeah, they're
unless there's anything that like will jump out at her in particular.
There are a few books on magical theorem.
Ew, cool.
Which could be kind of a little beginners, but yeah, you could read through those and see if they work.
Yeah, sure.
You will also find copies of. Nope, that's a thing. One moment. You'll find copies of Loved by a Dragon and The Bane of Joy.
This is from me time.
This is for you time, yeah. Oh, Mablexo. You stash the books away as well as the Gallant Guide to Magical Theory, and head back. Well, we head back out at least to where Tia is hanging out in the galley. Now, are you making food for yourself or just feeding your rats?
Right now she's just feeding the rats. I think she's figuring that there will be a bigger meal later.
As you're feeding your rats, you're going to notice as you do that what you are feeding them are bits of the cookies that you had picked up to split with Farah. The rats are very appreciative.
Better than them going stale. Scritch, scritch, scritch. She'll enable her beast speak with animals, essentially, or whatever the heck it's called.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. This is a good cookie. This is pretty good. I like the raisins. You don't like the raisins. No one likes the raisins. I do like the raisins. They're pretty good. But I don't like oatmeal. Who doesn't like oatmeal?
I think she's just kind of enjoying their, like, nonsense because it's so not... It's not deep or emotional or anything. It's just kind of like, they're just here. They're just chatting. And so she's just kind of, like, giving them scritches and feeding them cookie bits. And I think one of them got hit by a weird magic effect and is, like, slightly mutated now or bigger.
Yeah, one of them is, like... I think one of them has horns now.
Yeah, I think one of them, like, either it has horns or it's slightly larger, so it's kind of like a slightly demonic rat.
Yeah, it's a plus size rat now.
Aw. Oh, I love them. Yeah.
All right, so as you were sitting there feeding your rats, Xeno will come in from outdoors, or from outside at least, and will start making some food for himself.
Yeah. Perception check to see what we have to to make.
Yeah, make me a survival check, actually.
A survival. Okay,
because you have to survive by eating.
That's fair. That is going to be a 17.
17?
17.
You've got decent stores. You've got cheese. You've got bread. You've got various noodles. You've got eggs. You have a small cold box that is holding some milk and things like that, and some cream. You could easily make macaroni and cheese or grilled cheese. There are also some like instant meal packs that you picked up that are basically like like freeze-dried noodles and like really simple like bread stuffings that you just need to add water to and heat.
He's gonna make some grilled cheese.
Okay. I need you to make me a... Ooh, grilled cheese roll is gonna be a...
Tia's just watching this out of the corner of her eye. She's just sitting like at a table with her rats.
What is
like-
the grilled cheese roll?
Would
For a
that be a
spoiled brat.
survival roll?
For the ranger, huh? I'm gonna take a look at this real quick. I'm gonna say, no, you know what this is? I need you to make me a, quick question. Do you want the grilled cheese to look like any particular god when you're done with it? Because in that case, it would be. You know what this is gonna be? This is gonna be a sleight of hand roll.
I was thinking either sleight of hand or deception.
I was actually, my original was insight because you feel grilled cheese with your heart.
So sleight of hand.
So I'll say sleight of hand, although the chat is saying a performance roll.
All right, so it's gonna be 18.
Okay. All right. So from back in Farah's room, you'll start to smell the lovely scent of cheese and butter and oil kind of mingling in the air, Mars. And Zeno, you'll successfully make a grilled cheese sandwich. It's a little burnt,
Yay.
but you know it's solid. It's crisp. Does Zeno? Okay.
Fantastic.
Really important question. Does Zeno butter the bread on both sides or just one side?
Just one
Orange.
side.
Oh, darn it.
Damn half elves. You can't do anything right.
Tia's judging him while she's watching him cook this.
The correct way to make a grilled cheese sandwich is to butter the inside and outside, and if you're really spicy, you toast the bread in the butter on one side, then flip it and add the cheese to the burnt parts.
I was gonna say, nothing spicier than butter.
Nothing spicier than butter. What? Is that the new BTS song?
Probably.
It showed up on my Spotify. Anyway. So, what are you all doing? A few minutes later, Malia will come in from outdoors, and Catamus will putter around outside. But the four of you will all find yourselves in the galley.
I'll just kind of like come in and be like, I need the cheese.
Zeno, if you ask, Zeno will make one.
I need another roll.
I just
Coming
want
up.
cheese.
I need another roll to give the cheese.
Yeah, 20.
Okay, you successfully acquire the cheese. There.
Cheese!
This is where we all are all today. All are today. It's great.
Okay.
So, is this
yeah.
dinner? Is that what we're doing now? Tia's gonna ask.
I can have cheese.
Like-
So can I.
I mean,
A little stereotypical,
Do you-
don't you think?
do you want it to be dinner?
I mean, grilled cheese is kind of comfort food, so yeah.
He'll make
Wait,
more.
just move over.
He'll
Hold on.
make another grilled cheese.
You know what? Let me. I'll make my own. Just
No, it's okay. I got this.
no. You're,
Trust me.
Oh, I don't know what's comforting, but like, when are we ever comfortable?
that's why you eat good food.
I've never called food comfortable before.
Why not?
You just eat it.
But
You don't have to describe it. You just eat it.
Yeah, but sometimes food is just.
Well, it could be either like
Nice.
yum, good, or bad.
so when you're upset, you never just eat something that you like, ever? Or
I
What about-
drink.
that's not the same thing. No. Or like sharing food around a table or campfire, like that's not comforting to you?
I never really think about it. I just eat.
Talking about sharing, can I make another roll?
Yeah, go ahead.
To see what I present to you with?
I want you to make me an insight roll now, because you got to feel how Tia likes her sandwich with your heart.
All right, one insight roll coming right up.
She's watching very closely.
Oh no, I only got an 11.
Is that enough to give a disadvantage?
What? I'm judging him
Yeah, are you just like...
closely? I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe?
She's leaning like over, like kind of like lurking, just like that kind of quiet judgment, but not saying anything.
Yeah, that's disadvantage when you're cooking. That's disadvantage.
Okay, well my first roll was worse. It's 11.
Okay. So a grilled cheese sandwich that would go fine at like a cafeteria, like a school lunch grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
It doesn't have enough butter on it. But to be fair, the butter's kind of hard right now. It's not room temperature. It was in the icebox for preservation's sake, because the ship had been in, you know,
Yeah.
Cadmus just dumped everything in the fridge during the crash. Well, that wasn't his first thing, but anyway. So the butter is that type of, like, when you try to spread it on the bread, it just rips the bread.
Mm-hmm.
So it needs to be melted a bit.
After that, Tia's gonna start looking through the cupboards and the cooler whatever the freezer
The cold
is.
box.
I was
Because
gonna say
There
that
we go.
Malia was just gonna kind of push her out of the way and be like, "Here, if you want comfort food, how do you feel about potato soup?"
That's also pretty good.
And she will pull out, because we'll probably have all the fixings for that, which is just very basic, and then she's gonna throw bacon on top.
Okay. Does anybody here have proficiency with cook's tools?
Nope.
That's no.
Nope.
All right. So
I'm not trying to make a 5-class meal. I'm trying to make comfort food.
Okay.
Most people can do that.
make me an insight check.
Okay.
Upon seeing that nobody else wants the other grilled cheese, Xeno's gonna eat it.
Oh, fuck no, she's eating it. Tia's gonna eat it.
Uh, 23.
She just isn't satisfied with one.
So
Malia's
Malia,
wise. She's got this.
as Malia begins, you know that you have very little time to do this, so you start making the potato soup the right way. You take what little bit of stock you still have, create a nice base with the bit of cream that you have in the fridge. But to speed things up with that 23, what you'll do is you'll quickly chop up the potatoes, onions, and bacon, fry them all up together inside of the bacon fat to soften them up, and then immediately add that to the soup.
And crush it.
Basically to
Nice crushed potatoes.
Oh, crushed potatoes, nice. Basically
Oh yeah,
just
that
to,
makes
like,
it nice and thick.
just to speed it up, right? Unless you have any spells that would just do this. Unseen Servant, but it's not really you.
Sacred flame.
This is true. Holy potatoes. All right.
They can
So-
be radiant potatoes.
Before long, after it takes about an hour of just sitting around and shooting the shit before the soup is ready. You guys talking about anything in particular, or just kind of existing in the same area?
I mean, I think Tia's kind of, at this point, curious about how Malia's making the stew and is kind of just chatting and watching. Probably about nothing in particular. Occasionally sneaking more things to her rats just because.
Mars, or what are you doing? Are you sitting there just reading the Harlequin novels?
Yeah, like I'll kind of go between books. She doesn't really sit and read for long periods of time because she'll just get bored. So she'll like start by reading through the journal bit, then the Harlequin, and then maybe some like technical magic, and then maybe back to the Harlequin a bit more. 'cause she
The
got
Harlequin book is definitely what was it? Loved by a Dragon is definitely getting spicy. Although as you're flipping around, I would like you to do me a favor, and can you make me an insight check, please?
bored. Inside, yes. That's a nice number. Ooh, and that's a nice number, 22.
22. As you are flitting through it, you'll set it down for a moment. And as you set it down, you realize that the cover image of a sexy dragon man with a lady in his arms could kind of be it's in black and white, but it would be really easy to kind of imagine that with like red hair and red scales, like a certain dragon that took Pharaoh with him. basically, you might just be reading a book that would be sensitive if people pay too much attention to the cover.
Okay. So when she kind of starts to notice that, she's gonna look if there's like any weird inscriptions in it.
All
At
right.
all.
Make me an investigation check.
Not as good. That one's a 15.
15. Flipping through, there's quite a bit of pencil marking inside. Little captions like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this. Really? Really? How many times have they used the word member?" is written in the margins. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. All written next to each other in the margins. With a bunch of, like, after a while, every use of the word member or manhood is circled twice. Little asterisks. This should be dragonhood, technically.
Interesting.
Isn't it a little racist to keep using words like flame and like heat and hot breath? It's kind of... Ugh.
Okay. Interesting.
But you'll also notice little like... just a single thing. And there's a description in it that goes... As his body swelled with passion, the hot flames of his red eyes looked out, and beyond the cruel horns and scales you could see magnificence, power, virility. And then he goes on to a bunch of explicit things that I will refrain from talking about. But it does sound a bit like it could be describing a red dragon in there, just a lot of the terms. And there's just a single word jotted down in pencil next, which is HMMM.
I too go, Interesting. And then, is that like halfway through the book, or is that near the end, or does it just
That's about
trail
halfway
off?
through the book. That's about halfway through the book.
And then flipping through, there's no more little...
You don't see anything else after that.
Dang. And I'll look up from the book at what everyone else is doing.
Looks like the soup is just finished.
Does anyone look especially not busy?
I think Tia or Zeno.
Zeno is not really doing anything.
Tia.
Huh?
You may want to read this book. I'll give you like a look of not like sexy times, but like you should read. And I'll pass
Do
it
I?
along to you.
Loved by a dragon.
Just give it the first 30 pages.
Okay. She'll take it, perplexed,
Yeah.
and like now it's we're about to eat.
Well, you don't have to start it now, but like later.
Okay.
By
Okay.
Vicanor Alcus.
Do we know that name from anything else, or nah?
So what was that name? That the author?
It's going to be, I'm going to alter it slightly, Vicanor Alcasan,
Okay.
with an apostrophe before the an at the end of it, denoting that it's probably an elf or a half-elf that wrote it. Judging by the
Okay.
cover, it's probably a half-elf, because half-elves are, like, obviously, in most literature, they are coded to be the sluttiest of races. Obviously, that's how you got them, because their parents were promiscuous, right? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, technically tieflings, but there aren't enough tieflings to really, like, you know?
All right, she'll tuck that away for future examination.
Sounds
A little
good.
confused. She's never really.
But if you have like any idea how Mars is, she's very cryptic and
Yep.
kind of mysterious. I
Hmm.
don't know. It's
Yeah.
up to you however you feel.
Yeah, no, yeah, she'll put it away and probably. She's probably focused on food right now. I think.
Okay. The food goes out in bowls, and before long, you're all eating a hearty bacon soup. Do you put any thimbles out for the rats?
No, she'll just like. Probably dip her finger in it occasionally and just be like, "Here you go, feed."
Yay!
But otherwise, we'll keep that to herself. She's not sharing. They've already had cookies and bits of bread and cheese. She's not. No,
Okay,
they're
fair.
fine.
Fair. And as you're in the middle of eating, you'll hear a bang from the front door, and Cadamus will come in, like wiping oil and grease off on his pants. All right, something smells good. And I know that pointy ear didn't make it.
Malia will push a bowl towards him.
My grilled cheese was perfectly fine.
Oh, I'm sure it's great, but this right here, this is dwarven home cooking.
It's good.
Hey, you sure it's not too heavy for your stomach, wee boy? Do we have any more of that ale that we picked up last time we were out? That would go really well with this.
Which,
Oh, I didn't look.
which ale?
You will go take a look.
That's right. Y'all weren't with me. So you will find a small, like a travel keg, you know, like about a gallon's worth. I guess about a gallon and a half. I think I'm one of those guys. A keg from Mad Mountain Brewery. This is a chicory stout, kind of like a coffee stout.
I she'll bring it over then, I guess, or however we dispense of that. Player doesn't know.
You take one of the taps, you cram it into a place, you hammer it into a place in the wood, and you go squeaky squeaky squeaky, and then turn the tap on.
Okay. Yeah, she'll. Sure. When did you pick this up?
I go out. I've been saving it for a while.
I didn't say you didn't. I didn't notice it before.
I picked it up from one of the vendors at the Three Gods place. The you know, three temples at the causeway. When I was waiting for you to, you know, not blow up the Elven Tower.
We didn't blow up the Elven Tower.
Well, then good. You were right on schedule. But I was waiting for you.
I mean, we had to escape a blown up Elven Tower, but we did not do the blowing up.
You think that's
I
going to
think
come?
we did, but we didn't.
Do you think that's going to come back to haunt you? To haunt us?
Probably.
Absolutely.
So are you terrorists now?
According to them, probably.
Probably.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of people hate the elves. You're probably fine.
I mean, they kind of suck.
I mean, they're long-lived bastards, but you can do.
Inherently racist?
Is it? Do you think it's nature or nurture? Do you feel any pulse towards racism in your blood?
No.
Maybe it's not. Maybe you've just got more human side. Humans. Humans, they're shit, but they're also kind of fun. I've just never really had a problem with them. I mean, they're not halflings. God, I love me a halfling.
There's
Halflings are
plenty
great.
of terrible humans too.
Oh, aye, but I mean,
Halflings are pretty cool.
you know what the thing is, though, is that halflings are great. They're like a good cat, you know? But a human This is gonna sound awful, but a bad human, I mean, to us is about the same lifespan as like a bad dog. It does make it a problem when you get to really like one, but you know, they're out of the picture in what, 70 years?
Something like that.
You know, the real problem is dogs. Like me a good dog. They're only alive about what, 10, 15 years?
How long do you think Kaneen live?
Oh,
That's a good question.
I would hope longer.
I would imagine longer.
They've got Fae stuff in them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows?
What about you? Because you used to be a human, right, Mars?
Yeah, I used to be human. What do you want to know?
Well, how old are you? I never ask a lady her age, and if you were a lady, I wouldn't have done it.
I haven't really thought of it for a while. I was about 24. Birthdays were kind of weird though. We didn't really
24.
celebrate much.
How do humans celebrate?
Well, it depended on where you were born. In some places as a human, you were born and you were just one. And then in other regions,
Well, how was it where you were born?
I could be 23 or 24. So I don't really know.
Well, did they start at 1 or did they start at 0 with you?
It went back and forth, honestly, because we moved.
Really?
And they lost records.
Eh, well, that's bollocks. You've only...
And I guess our time in the Feywild may have screwed that up a bit too.
Oh yeah, probably.
Well, what do you think with, Have you noticed any bags? I mean, 25 for a human is, like, middle-aged?
Yeah.
Like, you should be getting some circles and some grey hair, right? Do you think you slowed down now that you're a tiefling?
I hope. Well, but looking at my mom, yeah. Yeah.
Was she grey or was she a tiefling too?
No, she was human, but
Maybe
she was younger than my dad.
Aye.
Yeah. Not by a whole lot, like.
Oh, the old hound.
I think,
But, yeah.
Catamus, I think you have some strange concepts of humans.
I
Just
mean,
gonna put that out there.
and I bet you have some strange concepts of dwarves.
Probably. Though I don't think I'd given it terribly much thought.
Ah,
I haven't met too many of them.
well, and yet you're good friends with two of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming we're good friends.
I mean, I think at this point.
I figure that's safe, yes.
Yeah.
At this point,
Well, I mean, Mally, you grew up in the hills. So you've got all of those lowlander traditions that just don't make any sense. Like, what do you do for birthdays?
generally have a nice meal.
That's it. A nice meal.
Yeah.
She's
Wanna
gonna
give
pick up a
some
mug.
family?
Pick up her
Hey,
mug of ale or whatever, and she's gonna like, cheers, happy birthday.
If it's just
Wait, is that time already?
I have no
what
idea.
what did you do for birthdays, Catamus?
Well, once you were old enough to enjoy, you had to have, this is a bit of a doozy. Your birthday would last, depending on what you're doing, if you had the time off. A lot of times, see, the thing is, dwarves work. We work. When we don't work, we stop. And usually, it would be like we would work non-stop for, a full year. Maybe 2, just every day. 12 hours a day, 15 hours a day. We don't need that much sleep, we're tough. But eventually, at the end of the year, everyone would get together and we would all have our birthday celebrations. And we'd have a week, and for good luck, you had to have as many pints as your age
Ah.
in a week.
Ah.
It's not that bad, but I used to work with this guy named Jonesy. He was 390, still working.
A lot of pints.
Luckiest bastard I've ever met. I think he died of kidney failure eventually. Or bladder failure.
Huh.
Damned if he didn't.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but, I mean, you know, it is what it is. It's also weird because, I mean, that's using the same, like, the short calendar, right? If you use the long calendar, you know, the calendar of ages, that's, I mean...
The what now?
Calendar of ages. I mean, there's multiple calendars, right? There's the calendar for rotations around the sun. There's the calendar for star alignment. And it's the calendar of ages. That's every time that you can see the planets align. It's an old school one. It happens about every 47 of the normal years. So, for me, that means that I'm 3, 4, somewhere in there. It's
I
good.
guess that makes a couple of us kind of babies then.
Well, I mean, that's the way. It's not. You don't get quite as far into. The way that it works is on the calendar of ages. Once you've passed your first trip, once you've got your first belt, you're an adult. I'm doing your second. You can usually end up as management, or at least middle management. And I mean, generally, you get about 10 trips if you're a dwarf, if you're really old. 5 usually guaranteed. Anything above 5 is gravy. What about you? I mean, you're an elf, and human, and an orc, and probably some troll. Actually, looking at you, you've got the dready locks, or the curly bits.
One of my mother's references.
Is it? I know a lot of trolls have those.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I figured I would last probably about the span of a human.
How old are you now?
36, maybe 37 at this point.
How are your knees still working?
Magic?
Aye. Cheers.
Cheers to that. And possibly some sheer dumb luck.
Did you have some of the stout?
Yeah.
It was a mistake. You realize now, drinking this, the chicory stout, it tastes far too herby. Like, it tastes like they went out to a garden and they threw in a few too many bitter ingredients that got absorbed into the actual, like, I'm not using beer technical terms because I don't know them, but like the meat of the beer. Like, there's just, like, it's good at first. You're like, oh, this tastes kind of like coffee and stout. And then the back note as it heads off your tongue is kind of like licking the side of a tree. A particularly bad tasting tree. It tastes like pine sap.
Disgusting.
Tastes like
I'm sure
medicine.
Malia appreciates this potentially.
I rolled a d20 to see how good it was and got a 4. So, you think that
So
the
Malia
barrel...
will cut.
You think
how
the
dead
bar-
are Tia's taste buds? Oh, they're okay.
Malia, I'd like you to make me an intelligence and proficiency roll because of your brewing knowledge.
$21.
It's the keg. It's a secondhand keg. They washed it out. What you know about Mad Mountain is the owners are particularly cheap. They make good beer, but they'll cut corners in any way possible. minus the ingredients themselves in the beer. If they can outsource them cheaper, they will. If they can, like, set up, like, a tax evasion scheme, they will. But what they'll also do is they'll repurpose old barrels, and then they'll plug them back up with various ingredients. In this case, it looks like they got it. They got this barrel back and plugged it with pine tar. And the seal must not have gone correctly, and it infected the beer, which made the entire thing to taste like pine sol, basically.
I think they cut some corners on that gag.
Yeah. Think it's good for cleaning?
Maybe. Oh, that's... Did not necessarily want to know what pine tar tasted like.
Not as bad as it could be.
It's pretty bad.
Yep.
Well...
Tia's gonna go grab, like, some water.
Okay.
And maybe some more of the stew or whatever. Just, like...
The stew will coat your tongue. Actually, the stew, having eaten the stew right before, this is probably what saved your tongue, to be honest. That it's just, like, the fat molecules coated it up and kind of... you'll have, like, a film on your tongue, all of you, after this, with the fat molecules binding. Almost like a skin on top of a soup. Right,
Mallie is gonna go pour that out
all right.
and see if we have any cheap, like the lucky of ale in this world. Just in the cupboard, do we have anything cheap like that? Like anything do we have still that
Make me
is
an
not gonna
investigation
taste like
roll.
that? Malia will settle for shit if it's not that bad shit. Investigation, you said?
Yep.
Dirty 20.
All right, time to whip out a craft beer name generator.
And Xeno also has wine too.
Does Xeno offer the wine?
Ale. You have ale with potatoes.
Oh my god.
That was for you, second gen gamer. That was for you.
Okay, so you will find there are two that you have. A plum sauce rabbit dunkelweissen.
Maybe not the flavor we want to go with potato stew.
Okay. I don't know what. A deep fried porter. And just because, a balsamic conqueror breath IPA. This was picked up recently, you think? A batch coming out of
I mean, that might go okay.
coming out of Kmore recently, actually, called the Conqueror's Breath IPA.
And you know what? I think Molly will try that one. Balsamic should go okay with potatoes.
So real quick, so this is actually not going to be an India Pale Ale. This is going to be a... Because India doesn't exist, we will look up the map. So that I know where the hell this is from. At least the style. It's from, was it Ixia? Boop. There we go. So this is from Ithonia. Ithonian Pale Ale. So now we can keep using IPA. Although why we'd want to, who knows? All right. So with that, you'll have a nice flavorful meal, a lot of hops, and stuff like that. So what's the plan? We're gonna go help out Pretty Boy, and then what?
Wing it as we go? Like usual?
We know roughly where the last shard's supposed to be. That would be, once we're done with this, we'll be right near it, I think. I don't... Tia's mentally pull it, like, in her head, trying to remember the map that she saw that the Duchess had showed them. Like, I think it was about here. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in Orkesh, right? With all your
Yeah.
Orky people.
Mm.
Do you think they're gonna kill us?
No.
The orcs.
Eventually.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I mean, it depends on
not.
how hard we fight back, I think, at that point.
Fair.
Are you actually studying Mars?
Studying? Sort of. It's just, it's all boring.
What are you looking at?
What are you looking at?
Well, there's this one, and she'll just pass a random book without really looking at what it was.
Real exciting.
What is it?
Which one did you pass over?
She didn't look. She just was just like, oh, there's this one.
Yeah, but you passed one over, so which one did you pass over?
No, that's what she didn't even look at what title it was.
No, I know, but Mars, which one, or Winter, which one was passed over?
The, like, magic for dummies. I don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
For dummies, alright?
Yeah.
You sure you don't want one a little more remedial?
Huh?
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 Hey. Alright, well, as enticing as this conversation is, I guess I'll leave you be.
Do you need help with anything?
He will look at you and then take a look around the table and kind of give you one of these faces, like the... and then kind of, I think I'll be fine out there. I'm sure
Insight
you
for
all
what that actually means?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Oh, it's not great. That's, well, it's a 10.
Something about the four of you.
Oh. Okay.
And with that, he'll
Sure.
wander back out.
That was odd, wasn't it?
It's yeah. Can Malia insight that with
Yeah,
what
sure.
she saw beforehand?
Sure.
Uh, 28.
28?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like, this is the most, like, awkward dinner he's had in a while. And he's like, you guys should talk or something. Because he's not going to be the one to do it. Do you do anything, or do you just,
I feel like there's probably some awkward silence. Like,
I was gonna
genuine
kind of sit
awkward
there.
silence.
Figure it out, look down, and kind of go, ah, for fuck's sake. We're being freaking awkward is what we're doing.
So, I guess we should talk about this. Things. Everything.
I mean, I suppose. Do you think it'll just go away if we don't?
Talking about things is hard. Repressing emotions is easy.
But not
So I-
healthy.
So, who wants to start? And she's got this expression of just, ugh.
Malia will casually kind of touch her nose and go, not it.
Ah, yes. Also healthy way to cope with things.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I have faith in her. This isn't the end of any story, it's just a chapter.
Well, yeah, that doesn't mean it's a good chapter.
No, but as I'm figuring out reading these books for once, it's just one chapter, but usually there's a mediocre ending.
Yeah.
So, you think we're gonna get a mediocre ending?
Oh, I haven't really exactly invested in many books yet, so I don't know. I don't have much to go off of.
I mean, if we don't get a mediocre ending, we're probably gonna die as a group.
Yeah. So
Well, that's cheerful.
So
Well,
I
I mean-
choose to believe in Farah. I think there's more that we just don't understand from her perspective.
Farah, I trust. It's Pretty Boy Red Dragon that I don't.
Yeah.
We still didn't really try to stop her from going.
But also, would you put it past Farah that she hasn't mulled over every single possible situation or anything for taking that offer? She wouldn't just fly by the seat of her pants. She's not that type of person.
No, but I think she's in over her head.
Possibly. But
Like, you can have the best of intentions and still fuck things up royally and get people killed. Get people you care about killed.
true.
I want to trust Farah, but if she can't even talk to us about it beforehand, oh, I'm leaving in 5 minutes, bye.
I can get that you're frustrated, for sure. But there's gotta be more to it that we just don't know, that we don't understand. Like, I, for one, don't understand a whole lot. But it seems to always work out. There's something out there, whether it be Bela or Nyrn. Something's out there watching us. And it's guiding us, and that's what we gotta believe, that things happen for us. We are nothing ventured. It's like some sort of feat of destiny. Someone
Yeah,
should write
well,
a book about us.
I
That'd be a
hate
better
to break it to you, but didn't we already learn that the last time dragons got involved that gods got killed? Even if gods are guiding us and watching over us, that doesn't necessarily mean
They don't
things
give a
will work
flying
out.
fuck how it turns out for us.
I mean, hell, in my case, the god watching out for me is the goddess of the Shadowfell.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
When did that happen?
the Carrion Queen.
When did...
What?
I met her in the Feywilds.
Okay.
On the subject of keeping secrets.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I mention that to you?
I don't have any recollection of this. I feel like that would have stuck in my mind as a fact.
Didn't I specifically mention that about why I didn't want to go to the Feywild, not the Feywilds, to the Shadowfell?
I don't think so.
I mean, if you did, it must have been when things were going crazy.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, I had a not great interaction with her in the Shadowfell, well, in the Feywilds, and not super excited to see her again. She's not very nice.
Well, no shit.
Okay, so we have...
Although it's probably a good thing that Farah isn't here when we go to the Shadowfell.
Why?
Because she doesn't like dragons. Or Farah? I don't know. It's one of the two.
Huh.
Or she doesn't like good dragons. I don't know.
Okay. That's something to deal with, I guess. And Tia's just sitting there kind of like head in hand, just like, okay.
Allie is also just kind of doing that, like the rub the temple, like, oh god, there's another layer. Okay.
So what happened when you met the Carrion Queen? What did she want?
Well, I mean, she doesn't want Farah alive.
Okay.
Specifically.
Well,
You're dancing around the issue, Zeno.
she specifically told me that she wanted me to kill Farah.
In return for what?
She didn't say.
Did you accept?
No. Well, I didn't give her an answer.
Okay, what are
So she probably took it as accept.
Can you do me a favor, Zeno?
Yes, I can.
Can I get an insight versus deception roll from everybody?
so we're
You're
inciting?
You're inciting.
Your
Zeno's
insight,
deceiving.
I'm deceiving.
No,
Okay.
20.
My number one best skill.
22?
Nat 20.
1.
Like
I didn't get a 1 actually. Deception is where is deception? Ah, that one's actually pretty good. That is a 27.
At 27? Mars,
A
what's your
27.
total? What's your total with bonus with all your stuff?
With insight?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. With proficiency and everything?
Yep.
26.
28.
Would you like to spend your determination?
Me?
Because Malia had a point of determination bought for her.
Oh, yes! Yes, Mally. Like, Zeno is not getting away from Mally on this.
All right, so Mars, you're gonna get a feeling like with the nat 20, just because we don't do nat 20s on skills, but still, it's gonna be kind of like a.
It's still,
seems-
it's fun to get a 20 after 2 months of not having 20s.
You're still gonna get a twinge. You're like, I don't know if Zeno's telling the truth or not, but I'm very interested in this. Tia, what'd you get?
Oh, Tia only got a 24.
Okay, so you're like, something about this seems fishy. Malia, you're gonna kind of like squint a bit, and that doesn't sound right. There's something about the inflection there. The microaggression, though, the micro reaction, the little twitch around this corner of Zeno's mouth, the way that his eyebrow always twitches, the first 3 hairs on the inner curve.
Also, Zeno will generally just say stuff for the most part. He doesn't filter himself very much.
Yeah.
That is
waffling.
very true.
And he's humming and hawing while saying this, so.
This is true. All right. So, bing, bing, bing.
Are you sure, Zeno?
I'm pretty sure.
Lies and slander.
Direct, like, drilling stare at you until you break.
Based. Not that I necessarily think that, like, Zeno seems like he's giving himself a way of lying. Tia's more thinking what she knows about gods and how often they let people just say no to them when they're demanding something from people.
I mean, that's a thing too.
Yeah, because that just seems unlikely in its own right.
So,
'Cause-
we'll likely have the Carrion Queen after us then, because obviously you haven't done what she's asked.
Yeah, or at least after me.
I think
Yeah,
we
but the way gods
may get
generally hit,
roped
it's
into
probably gonna
that.
hit the party.
Yeah, gods kind of suck as a whole. I mean, there's a reason that I don't really follow any gods, because
I mean, not.
And of course,
obviously
my one interaction with one was an overall negative experience.
I have to point out that Vela has been particularly helpful for a good chunk of our time together.
Okay, yeah, Vela's been great. Vela through Malia has been awesome.
Right.
Why, thank you. I'm sure she appreciates it.
And Soph and Bias have also been relatively present.
At least neutral.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I just don't follow any particular god anyways. I never have.
Fine.
Most of my family doesn't. We just have neutral feelings
guess-
about them.
wonder
They're
how
there,
different
and
things
that's
would
just
be
the way it is.
if the Elven God was still alive.
I have no idea. But my family was always mostly focused around dragons.
Okay. Sorry, just back on.
At least as far as I know. Apparently there were also I mean, you know, technically my family is your right hand now.
Yeah. Which I honestly, that is not the greatest concern I have right now.
Yeah.
I'm a little more concerned about this whole you being conscripted into killing an ally.
Fate binding was the term that she used.
Anyone who wants to make an Arcana roll for that may.
I'd love to. I really would love if that was a good roll.
You have inspiration and determination.
I'm gonna spend my inspiration.
23.
That was still not great, but I'm gonna spend my determination.
Okay.
So that's a 18.
18? Cool. A fate binding from a god basically is like a level 9, 10 Gaius, or geese, or Geisa. There's so many ways to pronounce that damn word, because hey,
Yeah.
the
I
Celts.
was like Gaius.
Yeah.
I always go Gaius.
It is a level, like, we're talking a god tier fate binding.
So
Wait.
in other words, he's basically going to be forced to do that. at some
I mean,
point.
there are ways out of it, usually involving, like, going to hell is a good one. Like, you die and spend, you know, a few millennia in one of the 9 layers, become an undead, you know, minion. Honestly, it's all in the fine print. There is no fine print.
See, I mean, like, the way that I was kind of thinking to get out of that was... I mean, we could always just kill the Carrion Queen.
Yeah, that is one of the ways to get out of it. I will give you that one. Killing the god who fate bound you, unless that was written into the fate binding, is usually a way out of it.
Huh.
That's your free. That's your free
I mean,
spot in Scrabble.
That would work. Assuming we can kill a god.
I mean, we've done crazier stuff.
I don't
Wait,
know if we
what?
have in this case.
Okay, so we haven't, but we could.
Really haven't.
Aw.
I mean,
don't
hey,
know
we're
that
the
we
party of
could.
endless potential.
I think
What?
you're puffing our egos up just a little bit here. Like, just a tiny bit, but that tiny bit's really important.
See, while I may not have faith in too many gods, I at least have faith in us.
It might be a bit misplaced, though.
Mars, do you have any thoughts about this?
Mars is just sitting there flipping through books.
Sorry, what?
Do you actually
Okay.
want to hear what I think about it?
Yes, because
Well, I just talked for like 2 seconds about Farah, and it's all blah, 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 so I don't know if you guys actually want to hear it.
Mm.
Doesn't exactly make me feel like sharing my thoughts now, does it? No.
What?
What?
Well. I'm still kind of on the Farah train, honestly. The Carrion Queen stuff is jarring, Especially if Farah was still here right now and hearing that. How would she feel about that kind of information? How long did you know about this? Right? So, I think we've all been doing something. Keeping secrets, all of us have at least one. I don't think we should be as hard on Farah as we have been. And she'll just look at everybody, like, directly, and just go back to her book.
I mean, I'm mostly worried about her.
I've said my piece.
What happens if the next time we see her, we aren't able to talk? What if it's on a battlefield?
I still believe in Farah.
Well, you might hate your family, Mars, but I don't, so. It's on top of the corpses of my family. There's not much to say about it, since she couldn't even be arsed to give us an answer at the time, or give us the courtesy of talking to us. And then flipping out at us when we attempted to ask, wait, what's going on? In the 5 minutes she gave us to process the fact that she's leaving us for this. Like, you might trust her. I certainly thought I trusted her. But trust has to be reciprocal.
Well, I don't think that all of us have been so trustworthy. And I'm gonna get up and actually just walk out of the room.
Over what?
Mars!
Mally's gonna yell at you from behind.
Not surprised.
Mally's gonna look at the other two and be like, I have not given her a single piece of shit about Nyrn.
Should we have?
Apparently she's a child. Like, what? What have we not trusted her over? Or not been trustworthy on? Is Mars also leaving us?
I don't think so. I hope not. Why would you jump to that conclusion?
Did you not also just hear everything that happened?
She sounded hurt and angry.
Over what? You don't just leave and not tell people why you're angry. How are they supposed to know anything if you don't tell them?
I don't know. I don't...
Oh, she's as bad as Farah. Mally's gonna dump her dishes and go to her space because she can't deal with this anymore.
Things have gotten extremely complicated the past couple days.
Yeah, and like, because I'm assuming at this point Mally has left the room and it's just
Mally
Zeno
is
and
down the
Tia.
hall.
This doesn't help us solve anything or determine what we're gonna do.
Well, we know we're going to our cache.
And even if you trust Farah, and even if the rest of us trust Farah, there is now the added complication that we can't trust you with Farah.
Well,
There is-
I am gonna try and kill the Carrion Queen.
And that is an insane plan! We can't kill a god!
Yeah, but that's the better alternative.
You realize that attempting to kill a god may very well just start another... Like... I don't know what that will do to Ylos.
As long as Farah's okay, I'm fine with that.
I'm sorry, what? You're willing to risk the entire world because you don't want to hurt Farah. You know one of the solutions is possibly to just, do the self-sacrificing option.
That would work too, wouldn't it?
I'm not saying you should. I'm saying we need to look for options and keep you away from her until we find something. I mean, maybe if we manage to deal with all the stuff with Nyrn, we might become strong enough to do something. But that's not gonna be anytime soon. And I don't know if that's gonna happen by the time you have to go and face the Carrion Queen in the Shadowfell.
Either way, I'm gonna do everything I can.
Okay, but just don't act on your own. At least if we're talking about trust, at least trust us to talk through your plans before you go and do something.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna clean up. So if you're gonna help. And she's gonna start washing the dishes and cleaning up the kitchen.
And Zeno's actually gonna help.
Xeno does some cleaning for the first time in a while. And with that, the night passes. Does anybody go and hunt anybody else down to talk in the middle of the night, or do you all give each other space? So
Malia's gonna hole up, feeling kind of freaked out and a bit betrayed feeling. She's gonna hide away in her room. She's like, "What? I don't know what the hell's going on. Not dealing with."
Tia's
I tried to deal
gonna go and knock on people's doors. She's gonna try and talk to Malia one-on-one because Malia stormed off before they could finish talking, and she'll also, if Malia doesn't answer, she'll go and check on Mars. And if Mars doesn't answer, she's gonna go and talk to Catamus.
Sure. So you tried Malia's door first. Is there a response, or has Malia plugged her ears and gone to sleep?
There's gonna be a pause and then a very gruff, "Who is it?"
Tia.
You're gonna hear a sigh, and then she'll open the door for you. All right. Any weird bombs or mistrust, or have I fucked something up?
No.
Apparently. Great.
No, I can see that you're upset. She's gonna look through the doorway and be like, "Do you want to," motioning inside.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. She'll step in and close the door behind her. I'll keep it short. This is so fucked up. And I know you're worried about your family. And apparently Zeno now needs to be kept as far away from Farah as possible.
No, at least that's not a problem right now.
And I don't know why exactly Mars is so upset, but Mars is upset. And everyone's upset.
About something. Who knows what?
And somehow we're supposed to seal away a god? We can't even deal with our own damn problems.
Yeah. Which, is that what Mars is having a problem with? She's the one who started this whole quest. But I mean, she's now sworn herself to Nyrn, it looks like.
What do you...
I mean, she's got the magic now.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So, I mean, I get that Nyrn and Vela are just like, no, hate each other. I thought I'd been pretty supportive of Mars. I mean, this whole quest was originally, she's the one who like pulled me along on it, and then we picked the rest of you up.
I'm
I thought we'd actually had a real good time actually hunting down the giants together. So I don't know why all of a sudden she's changed. I mean, I get that she's just unquestioning trust in Farah, but not that I don't. It's just the way she went about it was so fucking stupid. And then she reacts like that. Like our families don't matter. Like we can't be concerned. She didn't give us any time.
I don't think
We
that's
didn't
what she
discuss
meant.
it. She wasn't open. Yeah, but she immediately shut off and then flipped out at us.
Maybe because she feels that you... I mean, you accused her of not caring about her family.
I mean, barely until she shut it down. Like, I was being just a little like, hey, have you thought this through? Before she flipped out, and then, yeah, I reacted to that because it certainly sounded like our families didn't matter. Or our opinions didn't matter. She's big, powerful dragon. Screw you, small folk. Sort of attitude. And
I don't think that's what was going on with her either.
yeah, but
I
she
said
still
things
did
I
it.
shouldn't have said, which probably helped drive her off. Like, what I should have said is that, no, we want her to stay. And I didn't. So, that's how you... I mean, I don't... Maybe Mars is right. Maybe Farah can keep things on this side of the absolute war and mayhem line.
Oh, yeah, if anybody can, it would be Farah.
So maybe Farah is buying us time.
It hurts that she didn't trust us enough to talk to us.
Yeah.
As I said, trust is reciprocal. There isn't any trust. How are you supposed to trust somebody if they won't reciprocate?
Self-doubt, fear, not that other people don't trust, that you can't do it yourself, maybe.
I suppose she is a stupid teenager.
Look, it was really hard for me to learn to get to trust all of you when we first met. Or at least to let myself care. Because everyone else I had cared about was either gone to who knows where and unknown if they're alive or dead, or died in battle in a fight we couldn't win. So I don't know where I'm going with this. I think she's making a mistake if she gets in over her head. Like, I'm gonna leave you be. Sorry, and Tia's gonna just let herself out, and
Mally is going to like grab your wrist before you can make it fully out and just be like, look, it's upsetting. And that's fair. Like, I never once said anything about saying Farah couldn't do what she wanted to do. I don't think anybody seems to get that I'm frustrated over her not willing to talk to us about it. To not just be open in that moment. Like, even if she'd just been willing to explain for a minute what she wanted to do without flipping out on us. But I get it. Like, I do trust her. And you're probably right that she's trying to fix it, trying to deal with him, or trying to mitigate. But it doesn't change how much it hurts that she did it that way.
Yeah.
But
I don't
mean,
I don't know how we're supposed to do this.
especially with all of us seeming to split at the seams.
How did that even... For such a smart girl, she has no fucking clue how important she is.
Right. But as you said, she's young. Older than us, as much as she complained about it. Or reminded us. But remarkably young all the same. And she's just gonna kind of like let go of your wrist and reach for your like upper arm to kind of pull you down a little bit into a hug.
Yeah, Tia will allow it.
All right. If you need to talk to the others, do that, but get some rest.
I want to check on Mars.
If you can figure out why she's upset, I have no clue. Like, if it's something I've done, let me know, okay? Because I didn't intend to upset her. If I have.
All right, I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben?
Mally's gonna do that very kind of like not crying, god damn it.
Frustration tears.
Get back up in there.
Get back! Not allowed.
All right, so your door will shut, and Tia, you'll head across the hallway.
She's gonna try and find Mars.
All right, so go to her room.
Yeah.
I'm trying to debate on whether I should do a stealth check.
I mean, you can if you want to.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, make me a perception roll then, Tia.
Okay.
Here comes the nat 20.
Nope. No, that's not a nat 20. That's the opposite of a nat 20. That's a 1. I botch.
Okay.
Yup.
Because I was gonna be with my also like 29.
Okay. So you're not
Okay.
sure she's in her room.
Try to find someone that loves to hide. Jeez Louise. Who do you think I am?
All right. Are you going to try to go into her room, or are you just going to leave it be?
No, she doesn't want to go into her room, but she's gonna... If she's somewhere else on the ship, or maybe she's hiding from me and just doesn't want me to know she's in there, so... That's a logical conclusion, I think, in this case, given emotions. She's just gonna say... Try and get some rest. If you're in there. I hope. I hope we can figure more of this out. Talk this through later. I don't know what you want me to say, but I'm sorry if anything that I did was... Well, I know something that I did was probably involved, but I'm sorry. I want to know if I can fix it or if I can understand. But I just never mind. Just get some rest if you're in there. If you're not, I'll go look around the rest
And
of the
then
ship.
a voice will come out, kind of like from behind the door from where you're standing, be like, "How long do you intend to be talking to an empty room?"
So is she behind me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hey. How much of that did you hear?
Enough. I'm just frustrated. I'm tired. And I have a headache that has not gone away in a long time. I do not want to deal with this right now.
Do you want a head massage?
I think it's just from magic. It's draining and exhausting. I feel like every moment that I'm awake, it's like oozing or constantly having something fall off of you and you get tired. It's heavy.
How long have you been dealing with that?
Since I learned magic. But we gotta keep going, and I don't want to fight. I just want to believe, you know? I'm a very simple-minded person, if you haven't figured that out after 2 years of traveling together. But this stuff is just too heavy for me. I'm tired. I just want to sleep.
Yeah.
But I can't sleep.
You're not sleeping?
It doesn't feel like sleep. Like, you know, when you lay in bed and you're thinking that you're dreaming, but you're thinking and you just don't stop thinking. It's not rest that you're getting, you're just closing your eyes. I'm tired.
Why didn't you tell us earlier?
I thought that you guys that use magic are just so used to it. I didn't want to seem like a big baby.
No, that's not normal. It's not supposed to hurt you. Not usually. I mean, some magics, yes, but
It's like there's a leech, a mosquito. But at the same time, it's also satisfying. So you want more of it.
Tia's just kind of staring at Mars, kind of dumbstruck a little bit. Like, how the fuck do I deal with this? But also,
But a head massage would be nice, I think.
maybe it'll help relieve some of the headache symptoms if you're not resting. Tension and all that. And do you wanna... I can cast a cure.
Even drinking doesn't do anything. It doesn't make it worse, but it doesn't make it better like it used to. I could just drink myself to sleep. My mind just doesn't fog. Or it's
Maybe-
harder to.
Maybe we can find a potion or a spell that'll help you sleep.
Maybe. That's why I'm trying to read more and see what I can find out, but I don't understand all this.
And I don't... Some of this might not even be applicable if it's... I gotta get you some better materials.
Yeah. The kind of stuff that Farah was doing. It doesn't feel right to like how I can do magic now. I can't describe it. It's just apples to oranges, but they're still both fruit.
So good as any is for a metaphor.
Yeah.
Come on, let's... And she'll...
The fruit of magic.
Kind of been assuming we've been standing in the hallway, or did we
No.
go inside?
I
Okay.
think you were just standing in the hallway.
Yeah.
Because the door wasn't open at any point.
Yeah. Well, if you want, I can give you that massage and head massage and sit a bit. If you just want to not be left alone with your thoughts.
Sure.
After you, then.
So Tia, go ahead and make me a medicine roll using your strength or con as a bonus.
Ooh, strength or con?
And just out of reflex, Mars starts heading towards the bathtub.
What?
That's how I relax. Why do you think I always get in the bath?
Okay, that was I'm gonna do strength, I think.
Yeah, get those knots out.
Yeah. Okay, so if that's okay. I'm proficient, and that's that. So that's a 24.
This is probably the most vigorously relaxing massage that you've ever had, Mars. And after a few minutes of this, you'll actually feel yourself begin to get drowsy. Are you in the tub at this point?
Yes.
Okay, so between the hot water, the very, very, very hot water, scaldingly hot water that bubbles at your skin, and Tia has to keep avoiding it.
Perfect.
Tia works the knots out around the base of your neck and the base of your skull and along your temples and around your horns, and you feel the weight of everything
Ugh.
start to slip into the water.
Does she just slip into the water? Like
No, you start to sag a bit, but it's kind of a shorter tub, so your legs will catch you. So you're down to about your chin, and Tia leans over and has her cheek kind of near yours as she's really working the very tops of your shoulders, and she grunts and kind of readjusts. And as you start to drift off, maybe both. She'll readjust and she will come down on your left shoulder this time, around the side. But as she does, out of the corner of your eye and the dim lighting of the room, you'll be able to see that the flesh is no longer green. The figure that comes down on your left side has skin the color of umber, dark brown, veined with streaks of purple. If you want the pain to stop, all you have to do is stop resisting. There's still a little piece of you that's holding out hope. I'm already inside of you, Marisol. Give her up. Just be my Mars. There's no room for Marisol Accardi.
Ow.
You'll find out. For now, get some rest, daughter mine.
And does she just go like blonk? Can I just like fall asleep and
Yeah.
be like,
As soon as she says, get some rest, daughter mine, you were just going to sink in the tub And Tia will actually have to, like, carry you to your
yeah.
bed. Mars falls asleep harder than anyone you have ever seen above the age of about
Princess
2.
Carrie. Or Bridal Carrie.
Yeah, bride will carry back to bed.
Just in a towel.
Yeah.
Wrap
A
her up.
Mars burrito.
Mm-hmm.
Aw. Aw. BB.
And after you wrap her up, what do you do then, Tia? You're probably pretty tired after that. Do you go to bed?
I think she's gonna just look at Mars for like a minute before letting herself out. Just kind of that like, I guess it's good that she fell asleep, but also this is concerning. This is very concerning. So she's just gonna stand there and think for a minute, and then she's gonna let herself out, and I think, yeah, go
to
head to
sleep?
bed. Yeah.
The night passes in a bit of a fog for all of you. Some of you sleep very deeply, others very restlessly. But as the morning comes, you'll hear over the internal speaker system built into the pipes. Good morning. Should I say, good, early afternoon? We've crossed the Thalassian. We're over Kanasa right now. And, shite. At your leisure, please report to the bridge. There's a slight problem with our itinerary. At your leisure. It's not...
Mally's gonna fling herself out of bed, get dressed, and run up. 'Cause that does not sound good.
Zeno is going
Yeah.
to bolt.
Same with Tia.
All right. And as you rush out, you're going to find yourself looking over an expanse of salt flat. But there, on the edge, you'll actually see the salt flats reach all the way into these long beaches. A northern sea that glitters in the midday sunlight. There are a pair of these immense stone archways for this kind of a series of mesas that stretch out toward the ocean, that are glittering with all manner of veins of copper and fleckings of minerals that you can't quite recognize from this height. And next to it, you are going to see about a mile wide diameter, a circle, completely barren. The rest of it, you see salt flats, and you see that there are tracks and trails and roads that are cut into it. And even a couple of outlying, like, little huts and things like that. But then, inside of this mile of diameter, the ground is flat and smooth. Like someone took the top foot or two of topsoil and just... well, good to have you out here. Duchess, where are we? We are at the Ivory City. Ulcros, capital of Kanasa. Aye, and what's the population of it? The Ivory City place. 623,411 at last census.
There's no city here.
Can I perception check? Is there anything that I can...
Sure, yeah, you can be perception check. Please.
That one?
Now one. So you're just gonna look down and you're like,
There's no city here.
So yeah, there's no city. Glancing down, you're gonna see that there's one hut, and this old guy kind of looks out and spits on the ground, looks up at you, and gives you the finger. You're a good like half mile in the air. He still's like.
I mean, there's one rude person down there.
Anybody else who wants to make a perception roll may.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But there's no city, that's for sure.
It's gonna be a 10 because I rolled a 2. I'm
Okay.
rolling so well tonight.
Nat 20, so 29.
Perfect. And Mars, are you just getting out of bed at this point?
Slowly.
Slowly. All right. So as you are looking around, the city is just gone. It's just this huge space that is completely empty. Malia, Tia, you're focused on this, and Malia, you're just kind of like looking around, like what the hell? The ocean's to the north. It kind of goes a bit that way. Like you can see that those what kind of look like those mesas kind of join together like a pair of pants that's standing upright, right? So just like an archway. Okay, the mountain right there would have been the backing for the city. Okay. And then you glance to the south, and you see something very, very odd indeed. When's the last time you saw a mountain go for a walk?
I mean, well, I saw some floating ones recently, but I don't think I've ever seen one grow legs.
Well, you have now. As a 600-foot tall mountain strides across the salt fields, aggressing. This is about a mile and a half away.
Mally's gonna reach up and like pat Tia on the shoulder.
And you are going to see this.
Am I seeing things?
Fewer than
What was in that ale?
What's that?
She's just gonna kind of yell over her shoulder. What was in that ale?
You will see a
What
600-foot
poisoned?
tall mountain approaching a herd, and you're a mile away, a herd of dragon turtles that are transporting cities on their back, well, townships more or less, is aggressing upon them. And with your nat 20, you will see something else, and that is at a mile away. You will see a bright, to you, what looks like a bright firefly.
I think that's what Viceland needed help with.
And I think this is where we're going to take a break. We'll be right back,
Sounds good.
everyone. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're back. Hello, everyone. This is the part of the program where we talk to the chat, but for like 5 minutes because we had a tech error, so we're running a little late. So hi, everybody. I forgot to do this at the beginning of the game. Boom. There's some Season 4 juice. There we go. All right. So hello, everybody. Let's talk to the chat. That's you. Hey, how's it feel to be back at Season 4?
I'm happy. I'm glad. I'm enjoying the drama.
The drama juice.
The drama juice. I wish I had drama juice. Oh my
Dramba
God.
juice is what it is. It's dramba juice.
Drama llama juice.
God, it is Dramba juice.
Dramba juice. I'll put that on a future shirt.
Just oh my. I don't know about everybody else, but I kind of like
Drama.
the first chunk being so pointedly not dramatic, and then being like, okay, fine, fuck, okay, we can't avoid this any longer. We gotta do it. I don't want to do this. We don't want to do this.
Like, I don't want to talk about my feelings.
You have to. It's
about
the beginning of the
emotions.
season.
Yeah.
And then there's Zeno, he's like, feelings aren't real.
I would
He's like,
kill the entire world for a girl.
but feelings aren't real.
And Tia's like, Zeno.
Zeno is very emotionally and mentally, he's very young.
You know
16.
what? There was probably something in that cheese we ate.
Yeah, you know what?
Drama cheese?
I mean, I think I saw this coming with Zeno because I mean, he didn't react at all when his former lover got burnt to a crisp.
Oh, custom blink, thank you. So
I
they've
was just
watched.
like, "Aw."
They're not sure they've seen any of the previous seasons. This is a great place to start. Oh God. Yeah, it's. I suggest you go check it out. It's on YouTube if you want to go see it there. You can watch the old
Yeah.
stuff. It's fine. It's fine. You can do it. It's fine.
The first season is a very magical romp, really.
Oh, the
And
first
then it
season
gets
is
heavier and
delightful.
heavier.
It's
as
a
we
wonderful
go.
romp.
And oh god, I'm just like Tia, just going like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh, I love what Travis just said. Zeno, I was just ordered to kill Farah. That's all.
I swear that you did tell people that, but I was like, screw it, let's do it.
I see. That's the thing is, I know as a player, but I didn't
Yeah.
remember a big dramatic conversation happening.
And I feel like that would have been a big thing to talk about. I remember
I
the
don't
scene.
think it actually ever happened.
So I think Zeno maybe mentioned the Kerrigan Queen in passing,
She's
but not
great.
that he was sworn to her to kill Farah to get powers from her or
Critical
something.
details. I need to flip back through my notebook here.
He
and see if I
doesn't
actually
also
wrote
know what he gets out of the deal.
Yeah, you got
Oh,
your shadow
nothing.
teleporting powers.
Oh, was
yeah.
that it?
Yeah, it was totally like she was totally up front for gods, especially evil gods. She put it on the line. She's like, you want Gloomstalker powers? Cool.
Well,
Here
see,
you go. Now kill
that was the
someone
thing
that you
was I was
care
like,
about.
I'm quite
yeah,
sure you
that's
got
right.
something out of this directly
Yeah.
as a player,
Yeah,
but Malia doesn't know.
Yeah.
So I've
Yeah.
been working very hard to not metagame that or say anything about that in character.
Mm.
So I
I've
was
been
like, I'm
been
pretty sure
waiting
we
for
haven't
a
had this
good
conversation
point
yet.
to bring that up,
Well, because
and it just seemed like a good
point.
point.
Yeah, that's fair.
And he's been trying to tell Farah for so long, but every time something happens that he can't.
Oh.
That he has tried on.
Oh, do we lose Mike?
Oh no! Oh no! Mike!
Mike!
Oh
Oh, this is gonna be
Frozen.
bad.
Maybe. Unless it accidentally
Cause their
drops.
heart's not open. Ooh.
No, Mike, come back.
Zeno is going off about like something very poignant right now through Mike.
Mhm.
no! But the stream's
Yeah.
just not going to let us see it. Yeah.
You try, yeah, it's true.
I don't get to know.
They're gonna come back and they're like, and that's exactly what I'm doing in character from here on in. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2. Thank you very
I
much.
hope. There.
Oh.
Oh, yep. I think their
Oh,
network
there we
is
are.
worked.
There we go. There's a photo of my beard in that spot. Wow. So I did want to say real quick. You never watched seasons 1 through 3 of Shards of Nyrn. Yeah, it's there's a lot. Honestly, like I
There's a lot.
don't
Yeah.
feel that like if you have the time to go back and watch it, do.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you just want to leave it on
Like
in the
season
background.
2, maybe too.
Yeah, like you can watch there. I feel like season 1 of Shards is like season 1 of Supernatural, where like you can condense the whole thing into like 5 to
I mean,
8
that was the one that
episodes.
was very much setting up the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of world.
That's
building.
why I was so
So, I
sad
mean-
that you guys didn't come up with more birthday celebrations tonight. I was like, I was prepared to write them down. Like, tell me how
Oh.
birthdays are celebrated. And you're
Yeah,
all
I
like,
was trying to think about what Tia would have done. I mean, she was raised primarily with humans, but there was probably a few like rituals and things that her mom would have taught her, but they wouldn't have been anything extensive. So I'm gonna have to figure out what orcs do.
what orcs do?
Yeah.
What that orc do, baby?
Uh,
There we go. I'll put Edagon in Xeno space for now.
No, I mean, I'd never thought about it, so I was just like, something simple.
Show us Cadmus. Oh, you want to see Cadmus? Hold on.
Oh yeah. More pictures of Cadmus.
Do I have a Cadmus?
Yes. Cadmus on his forearms.
Yeah, hold on. Boop, 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 boop. Cadmus.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so much now that we have to deal with.
Yep.
And Tia is this close to like a meltdown.
Just that close?
Yeah.
I mean, Malia's also a little just like,
Oh, that's why.
this is going really great right now, guys.
Oh, apparently Vincent ate the internet.
I'm
Wait,
asking if it's actually or like metaphorically.
Oh shit. Did Vincent chew the
Vorpal
cable?
bunny. It's a Vorpal bunny.
So there, Cadamus is center screen right now.
Woo.
Wow.
Look at those forearms. I love that the artist drew him as a JoJo character.
Right?
Dun 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 dun.
I like that Cadmus can essentially sub in for you.
A little bit. Hold on.
Oh no!
Hair and beard style?
Wait, so hold on. Let me read what Mike
Oh
is.
shit. Yeah, Vincent
Ate
ate
the
right
internet.
into the cable.
Oh no!
Like the internet cable?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a green cable, but you guys are getting the idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Doot.
Asking the important questions of, do you have backup cables?
That fucking rabbit.
Oh my god, it's a little menace.
If he didn't get super powers, eat him.
Oh.
I guess so I think it's funny. Cadamus was like not really designed to look like me, but then he kind of ended up looking like me. So that's a thing.
Woo.
Hold on.
Canon.
Okay.
There we go. How's this?
Era. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah. No. I feel like there was
See-
inspiration there.
I think I look more like Farah personally, but okay. I feel like Farah on the inside.
Yeah.
I was like, when you guys
You
were
could be
having
a
the
cute
awkward...
dragon girl on the inside.
I'm definitely a cute dragon girl on the inside.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about some fun stuff. Folks,
let's just chat.
I don't know if Mike's coming back, so this might be an early in tonight.
Yeah, sounds like they're
Well, I guess
working
it
on
ends on a
finding it,
cliffhanger
but
then.
It's a good spot to end.
It kind of is. Yeah. So it's not the most frustrating thing. Yeah.
At least it wasn't like in the middle of all of that drama bomb.
Yeah, that would have been
that would've
so
sucked if it-
frustrating.
If it dropped right in the middle of like being
That-
dramatic with each other.
Yeah. It's okay. I got to yell at Zeno for being willing to sacrifice the world for fair, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you're friends, but you ain't together.
So,
Malia's just like,
Doesn't really matter.
what the hell? What? Mars? What?
The emotional intelligence not being the greatest forte.
Yes.
So Kiyoshuki is the one who did the art of Cadamus and of Garleon.
Edagon?
Yeah, was that
Sorry, and no.
Garleon and Cadamus? Kiyoshuki.
Halos
And she,
did Edagon. Okay,
yeah,
right.
and so Halos did Edagon in like afternoon for fun, which you can see her signature on it as a work in progress. But Kiyoshuki also did the art for the upcoming Wild Beyond the Witchlight game, which is going to be fantastic. It's one of our fully costumed ones. It's going to be on Monday night, so hopefully you'll be able to tune in and enjoy. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, short episode means quicker catch up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat this as I'm going to hold on. I'm just going to check with Mike real quick and see what's going on.
Ah. They have to like
Okay.
actually patch it or probably like get a new cable, it sounds like.
Yeah, they'll probably have to get a new one.
Okay.
That's
Tomorrow.
All right, everybody. So let's focus up on the screen real quick, and I'll cut YouTube in here. Okay.
Okay.
So let me just get rid of Cadamus. Oop, there we go. All right. So hello, everyone. If you're watching this later on YouTube, this game's ending a little earlier than scheduled because Mike's rabbit ate their internet cable on our break. Not even kidding. Not even kidding.
There's legit pictures.
There's legit pictures. And Mike, if you're watching on your phone or something, please put that on the Discord. By the way, join our Discord. So we're going to call game early here tonight because they don't have an extra cable. And their internet is fried. Their rabbit is not fried, which is probably great. So I think this will be good. But as we were heading out here, so we're going to call it a night here. I did want to say a couple of quick things to wrap everything up. So first of all, I want to do a big personal thank you to some of our Patreon supporters. So we just went and redid all of the Patreon tiers over on patreon.com/dorktales. And 3 of our patrons, basically, if you are of a tier or higher, I do a personal thank you. I really want to thank... thank the Prince of the Patreon, Taryn, for all of her love and support over the years, as well as our 2 divine producers, Shulton and DM Mike, both of which are fantastic people. Shulton just upgraded from being a demon to a god, and in that case is introducing a new god that you all will be actually meeting maybe shortly. And DM Mike is the reason that Liss exists. The god of doors and gateways and balanced equations and all of that. So it is it's fantastic to have your support. I really appreciate it. DM Mike does streaming as well from time to time, and Shulton is the guy that corrects all of my rules in the YouTube comments, and I really appreciate having both of them. They're both great people, although Shulton probably will argue that because he's a dastardly demon or something. I don't know. He's one of those guys. You can't give him a compliment. He'll just, you know. But DM Mike's a sweetheart. And Taryn is lovely and wonderful and has actually been on the channel during 2 charity games before. Because she's a local friend of ours. So thank you very much, Taryn and Shulton and DM Mike, for your support. I also wanted to do a quick shout out as well in the chat to Nacro. Nacro, you sent me a message earlier today. I haven't had a chance to respond, but I was having a really rough day at work, and you sent me a very nice message saying that you'd received the Extra Life magnets that we'd given you, and I just wanted to say I really appreciate that. That really cheered me up. It was fantastic to have you, just say nice things. Also, hello, Raid! Good to see you, Nat19 official. So, Nat19 official, here is the deal. Here is the fun thing, guys. Also, if Hayden's with you, hi, Hayden. If Logan's with you, hi, Logan. If the rest, you have a lot of people in Nat19, so hi. So, welcome to Dork Tales. The characters were about to go fight this motherfucker. Look at this guy. Look at this guy that they were about to fight. And then, one of my players, who's dumb enough to own a rabbit, the rabbit ate their internet cable in the middle of the game.
Hayden, Mike's rabbit ate the internet cable. Like, legitimately.
There's pictures.
So, boom! Game's over early because a rabbit KO'd one of the players. So, that's some dumb. That's a great way to start our brand new season of this show. A rabbit coming in and destroying everything. So, you know what? I'm going to have
You know what? I think this is actually fairly typical. Zeno got taken out by a rabbit.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
All right, so folks, I'm going to give you a quick spiel. And so if you're joining from Nat19, fantastic stream, by the way. All of you, if you're already not supporting Nat19 that were already here when the raid got here, go support them. But raid, if this is your first time at Dork Tales, just so you know, Hayden plays over here as well. And we'll be joining our Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign, which begins on Monday the 26th, but has its session 0 on the 21st, which is a Tuesday. Also, you can catch Hayden here basically every Monday for Call of Cthulhu right now, which is a filler spot, and sometimes we can even get them on weekends, and usually not Nat19 weekends, though. But if you like a lot of role-playing games, we do a very diverse assortment of them. Might I suggest, if you like mature games rooted in horror and history, join us for Mage, the Ascension, the Victorian Era on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Pacific. It's a fully costumed game set in a mystical Victorian age. It's a fantastic...
Also feminism.
Also feminism. It's feminist. It's the weirdest game because it's super feminist, and I have to spend the entire game berating the characters about being women. It's really weird. They asked for it, and I mean that literally.
And then we have to tell him he didn't do enough.
And it's so weird. It blows my mind. I don't get it.
You need to be more so that we can really enjoy beating the misogyny out of them.
Oh my god. Well, and you missed it because I did the same thing to Krista on Monday, like lightly in Call of Cthulhu, and she just wouldn't take it. She's just like, well,
the doctor thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't miss that. I saw that.
Fair enough.
It was great.
Well, you were in the game. But anyway, we'd love to have you here. We do a lot of gaming here, and soon more. Also, I still need to contact Logan, actually, because we were talking about, I'll talk to you soon when I'm not
Stuff.
exploding from work.
Stuff.
So yeah, fantastic to have you here. So for she was learning to stand up for herself. I'm so proud of her. Also, oh, hi, Krista.
Krista.
So we've got a lot of really great games coming out. On Friday is our third act of Reign of Emeries, which is a Final Fantasy VI and surprise Doom in a blender into a little campaign, which is pretty great. And that game has 8 more sessions in it before it's done, because it's a nice little like mini 24 episode arc. And then after that, I don't know what I'm doing with that day. I mean, I've got an entire sheet of plots. Amy, I've got this great idea where I kind of want to run a game set in Exelar where you're all like a pre-existing party that's traveled there to find a cure for an ailing regent, king, princess, whatever. I don't know. I haven't have it worked out.
Yeah.
But basically, you're all going to the doomed country of Exelar that has
Yeah.
this cure,
Yeah.
and it's basically Bloodborne.
That'd be fun.
Exelar's so good. I'm just wondering, is it too soon? Because the whole thing about Exelar is that everyone has to wear masks, and if you're not wearing a mask, you're an evil death cultist.
Ugh.
Oh.
Is it too soon? Or is it not soon enough?
I don't know at this point.
Honestly, right. And the
Depends.
more...
What sort of mask do you get to wear on stream?
Oh, that's a good point. Well, you're outsiders, so whatever you want, really.
Yeah, but if you're an evil death cultist, if you're there and not wearing a mask, then it kind of means that you have to wear a mask on stream.
I mean, I would say Venetian, because it's basically a mix between it's Yarthern? I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's Bloodborne mixed with like Venice. So
Yeah. It's just when you talk about that, it reminds me of Mirror Mask.
a little
I
bit.
think I might have mentioned this before. Yeah, like that one person shows up without a mask and they're like, "What's wrong with your face? Where's your..." It's so weird. Where's your mask?
I see that
I've
you
heard
are
that.
without culture. But then I've been promising for a while, if Krista wasn't busy, because I know Krista had booked a spot in that game, I would have ran Generic 2, the Chain of the Gods one, because Krista wanted to
Yeah.
play someone who had half of her face melted off.
Yeah, I still need to play my character. I want my character.
Yeah.
Like,
Plus, I've got the
dibs
whole
on
game
that.
that's set at Stormheart. I've got a lot of games in mind, basically. Yeah. This is the problem with designing a world, is you get like, we could do a Coca forever. With King Chadwick. We don't do that here. He had the weirdest, like, coolest, like, intonation. We don't do that here. Hard to talk through your lower jaw. Anyway, so, folks, I think that we should probably call it here for the night. I do want to thank all of you for showing up tonight and for sticking around. If you're new, give us a follow. If you are old, take your ibuprofen. It's almost bedtime if you're over 30. And I would strongly suggest that all of you give us a follow. And if you have the option, give us a sub over on YouTube where it's free, or here because it's September, and help support the channel. Also, if you really want to support the channel and get some cool stuff like behind the scenes podcasts, additional games early, you can go over to patreon.com/dorktales and enjoy yourself. Besides that, I mean, yeah. What else to say? Welcome to season 4. Sorry a rabbit ate it.
Cliffhanger.
Good. I think it's a pretty solid cliffhanger.
It was a pretty solid cliffhanger.
Lots of drama. Like, I
kind of feel like the
Personally,
episode
I
title
enjoyed
needs to
this.
change, though, because it's the champion, because you're showing up to meet with, the champion, and instead it should have been the drama.
The drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so, folks, we're going to be back in 2 nights. You can catch us here on Friday night at 7 p.m. Pacific for the Reign of Emeries, the opening of Act 3. You can also catch us on Saturday for Mage the Ascension. Same time, 7 o'clock. Sunday, we're here at 7:30 because Amy over there, Tia Armstrong, is running Ghost of Saltmarsh finally, which means I get my lovely Lavicious locks back on. And then on Monday, we're back with the finale, hopefully, of Call of Cthulhu, where place your bets on who's going to die. You should definitely come out for Call of Cthulhu, even if you don't know much about it, because Chaosium Press, the publishing house that creates Call of Cthulhu, has given me 3 copies of Doors to Darkness to give out to people on the stream that night. So come, maybe you'll win a free PDF.
Nice. Who are we gonna raid?
I guess we should probably raid somebody.
We should raid
So,
someone.
Folks, have a great night. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.